distance, we are instruments marching in a common band, playing songs of hope, playing songs of peace. They're the songs of every man. God is watching us. God is watching us. God is watching us from a distance. From a distance, you look like my friend, even though we are at war. From a distance, I just cannot comprehend what all this fighting is for. From a distance, there is harmony, and it echoes through the land. And it's the hope of hopes, शांति अंतर मन में ज्योति जगा लो होगा दूर अंधेरा शिव का कर लो ध्यान आ रहा पावन पुण्य सवेरा तुम हो कौन कहाँ से आए अपने आप को जानो राजयोग के द्वारा अपना परम पिता पहचानो इसी राजपथ पर चलकर तुम पालो अपना बसेरा तुम हो आत्मा तन से प्यारे परमात्मा को प्यारे दिव्य गुणों को धारण करके योगी बनो दुलारे ज्योति बिंदु ही तोड़ेगा ये माया मोह का घेरा अंतर मन में ज्योति जगा लो होगा दूर अंधेरा ओम शांति ओम शांति ओम शांति
Om Shanti Galaben, welcome. So I'm going to speak something in Spanish, then I will welcome you properly. Espero que todos tenham aí a tradução, já deve estar funcionando a interpretação, não é só clicar aí abaixo e elegir el espanhol. So Galaben, thank you very much for your time, your energy. Have you come to Colombia or have we went to Peace Village?
I had the same question, but I thought one we agreement, we can compromise with each other that I bring Peace Village to Colombia.
That's good. So Calaben is the one who runs Peace Village. She has been to Colombia, I think, once or twice. It's been a wonderful experience. She has been with Daddy Comarca in Colombia. I don't know if she remembers.
Yes, that's the time I remember.
Yeah, it was excellent. And she has been with Baba for more than 40 years now.
Now almost 40 years, not more than 40 years. No.
And well, it's wonderful to have you here. Thank you very much. So I leave to you for the Murli. So this is whole Colombia here today, and sometimes other people from other countries also join. Om Shanti.
Om Shanti. My voice is okay? Sound good?
Yes, yes. You
Yes?
can keep
Okay.
on going. It's perfect.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay. I am seeing a few faces, but it's giving me a flavor of the Colombian family. And not only that, I'm also remembering the beautiful times we've all had together, right? Some of us in Peace Village, some of us in Madhuban, some of us in Subtle region. Open to all the time, no visa, no restriction, no lockdown. Right? We all meet there. And this is the beauty of Confluence Age. We always knew that we are all very close. Why? Because we are very close to Baba. Baba called us near and dear recently. All of us are near and dear. So because we are close to Baba, we are also close to each other. Yes? Is that possible? How do you get close to each other? Is when we get close to Baba. I was imagining a circle, right? If you draw a circle, and if we imagine we are all points in the circle, right? If we have to, and we are all kind of distant from each other. But if we have to get close to each other, then what we have to do? Because if you just go close to one person, then you will become distant from the other person, right? Point, get close to another point, but you're going on the right side, you're getting close to the other soul, next soul, but you're getting far from the next person, right? So it's not about getting close to each other like that, but Baba is at the center of the family. So we all come close to Baba. And what happens to the circle? The circle becomes very small. If everybody come close to the center, then the circle become very small and we all come very close together too, right? So even geometrically speaking, even if we draw, it makes so much sense. And this is what Baba always says, that all of you are so near, so dear to me. And he loves the gathering. Remember Baba, when we used to meet him in Madhuban, he used to say, there is a lot of power, there is a lot of beauty in this gathering. Of course, yes, some of us go for the gathering, but mostly we used to go for Baba. But in the process, we create the gathering, and it is a beautiful gathering. Yes, so nowadays the gathering is on Zoom. So even though we know that physically we are far, we are distant, but spiritually we are close. But even physically we speak, we come close when we meet like this. And this is the beauty of spirituality, but also this is the beauty of science. Science and spirituality coming together in our service, right? These are the ways in which we will also continue to connect, because we have the intention to connect. We have the thought to connect. Science also provides us the means to connect, right? So we are going to be reading Baba's Murli first, and then sharing a little bit more later. But one of the things that struck me actually in today's Murli, and he talks about it many times, and that is, he talks about many types of happiness. You should be happy because of this, this, this. You should be happy because of this, this, this. You should be happy because of so many reasons, so many reasons for happiness. In fact, there is no reason not to be happy. You can't find a reason not to be happy, but still, each one of this happiness is unique. It has a different flavor of happiness. And today, Baba is talking about the happiness of how all of us together, by following Baba's directions, supreme directions, Srimad, we are actually establishing a land and a world of one direction. one direction, which means that there is only one religion, only one kingdom, only one language. So we don't need translation there, right? Everybody will understand everybody else. And of course, we are not going to be speaking so much. We're going to be singing a lot and dancing a lot, but at the same time, we don't need any kind of media for communication. It's very free flow of feelings to feelings. So of course, when Baba talks to us like this, he gives us a concept that now we are establishing by following Srimad, your own kingdom, then how happy you should be. Sometimes Baba used to give, or gives example in the Murli in India when they were fighting for freedom. Those who were actively involved, and they were very, very, intensely making effort in different ways to gain freedom. Those are the ones that were also called to form the cabinet, the government, once there was freedom, independence in India. So he gives example of that, how somebody who has worked for something, will always come back to kind of not administer a role, but really enjoy, that whole kingdom as well. Of course, at that time, they did not know what was going to happen, whether they were really going to get freedom or not. But we know, right? We know that we are definitely going to be in that kingdom, that new world of self-sovereignty, world sovereignty. So how much more happy we should be, knowing fully, with no doubt, no question, not even a little bit flicker of doubt, that whatever we are doing now, following Baba accurately, but with a lot of bhavna, not only we are coming close together here, but we are creating a world where everybody will be so close, moving together, thinking together. Of course, there will be variety, but still we will be enjoying that variety, and be really being very, very close together. And of course, now is the time to enjoy and create those sanskars also of oneness, right? We all look so different. We all do things different. We all have different taste maybe, but still we connect with each other based on love, respect, regard. Why? Because we all belong to Baba, and we have all said yes to Baba to help him create that world, and we are actually following that path, right? So today Baba is saying, sweet children, when you remain constantly aware that you are establishing your golden-aged kingdom by following Srimad, you will experience infinite happiness. When you remain constantly aware that you are establishing your golden-aged kingdom by following Srimad, you will experience infinite happiness. So not only Baba has said, and we'd heard it, after that, no, but throughout the day, Baba is saying, be aware, bring it back into your mind again and again. It's very easy to forget, because this world that we are living in, even it is Baba's world, service world, all of that, but still everything is so different, right? And therefore we have to actively, consciously, proactively bring that awareness, what we are doing after all at this time, establishing our golden-aged kingdom by following Srimad. So when we are listening to Murli, we are doing that. After the Murli, when we go out, do whatever we have to do, we are still doing that, right? From morning to night, this is our elevated task. Question: which children are unable to digest this food of knowledge? Which children are unable to digest this food of knowledge? I'm sure everybody has had experience of indigestion. When you eat something wrong, or when you eat too much of something, even right, then how your stomach reacts. So here also Baba says, those who make mistakes, like I said, when we are listening to knowledge, Baba gives such high principle. And when we go out, we don't follow, make mistakes. Those who become dirty and impure and then come and sit in class are unable to digest this knowledge. They can never say, God speaks, lust is the greatest enemy. Their conscience will continue to bite them inside. And they will become those of the devilish community. Om Shanti. The Father sits here and explains to you, spiritual children. Which Father is He? Such simple language Baba uses, simple words Baba uses. Father, who wouldn't know Father, right? Child, who wouldn't know child? But still Baba explains it every day. Which Father? Which child? Who is the child? Because when we understand the meaning, then we also get into the feeling of it. And again, it's not just once you understand and you forget, but bringing that meaning again and again in your awareness. So which Father is He? You children have to praise that Father. It is remembered Shiv Baba, the truth. Shiva, the true teacher. Shiva, the true Guru. This is why they say Satyam, Shivam, Sundaram. Right? He is the truth, He is Shiva, and He is beautiful. You have heard that praise of Shiva. Satyam, Shivam, Sundaram. Today Baba is also adding the role of the teacher and the Guru. He is the truth, is He not? You children know that you have found Shiv Baba, the truth. You children are now becoming those who follow the directions of one according to Srimad. Therefore, you have to follow Srimad. The Father says, firstly, become soul conscious and remember the Father. Everything else come later. First, Srimad. What consciousness I'm in. Check myself. Am I in the consciousness of soul? Neutral, clean, peace, some quality of soul I should be able to feel predominantly at that time, or maybe all the qualities very full, right? But I have to check myself. Firstly, become soul conscious and remember the Father. The more you remember Him, the more you will benefit yourself. You are establishing your own kingdom once again. The more you remember Him, the more you draw virtues from Him, the more you experience His love, the more you become filled with power, Baba's power. And these are the basis of that kingdom. You are establishing your own kingdom once again. It was your kingdom previously. We who belong to the deity religion take 84 births and are now at the confluence age in our final birth. No one but you children knows about this most elevated confluence age. People do know that yes, whatever we are going through now in the world, right, it's going to give rise to something very different, positive, beautiful. But they don't know the details, and most importantly, they don't know that they have to actively participate in that transformation. And this is the process of purification. So Baba says, no one but you children knows about this most elevated confluence age. Baba gives you so many points. Children, if you stay in remembrance very well, you remain very happy. However, instead of remembering the Father, some children get caught up in worldly matters. So many worldly matters, starting from the body, right? What is aching, what is wrong with the body, what I have to eat. All of those are also worldly matters. But of course, now there is a lot going on in the world. So people are talking so much. But Baba says, you children, you remember the Father and you will become happier and happier. However, instead of remembering the Father, some children get caught up in worldly matters. Remember that you are establishing your own kingdom according to Srimad. Every time I'm remembering the Father, I'm contributing to that kingdom. God has been remembered as the highest on high. His directions are the most elevated. What does Srimad teach you? Easy Raj Yoga. What does Srimad teach you? Every aspect of Srimad that Baba gives, if you follow, what happens? Remembrance of Baba becomes very natural and easy. He wants us to stay connected by following Srimad. It's a big part of our remembrance is following Srimad. So what does Srimad teach you? Easy Raj Yoga. He is teaching you how to attain the kingdom. You have come to know the beginning, middle, and end of the world from your Father. And you now also have to imbibe divine virtues. And just intellectually know that this is what the world was, it will become, but in practical, now becoming like that by imbibing divine virtues. Baba says, never oppose the Father. Oppose the Father meaning that you get upset with him or you turn your face away from him or things like that. Many children consider themselves to be serviceable and become very arrogant. There are many children like that, but they are sometimes defeated and their intoxication then disappears. It's the wrong type of intoxication, right? Because of ego, because of arrogance. And this is what Baba is saying, don't oppose the Father. The Baba has come to actually help you, move you forward. But instead what you do is you turn your face away or you do things that will separate you from the Father. There are many children like that, but they are sometimes defeated and their intoxication then disappears. You mothers are illiterate. You haven't gone and taken degrees and university study and all of those, especially in those days, no? Look at our dadis, our, big daddies in those days. They came young and whatever they learned from Baba. from Baba's school, right? They didn't learn, go to school, go to college. But today Baba is saying something different. Usually you would say it's very good, no? That you didn't do all of that. Today Baba is saying, if you were literate, you would show wonders. If you were literate, you would show wonders. So Baba is also appreciating the Lokik literacy, because that also gives you a little position, that also gives you a means to share knowledge. And Sister Mohini was sharing the other day, when Baba was remembering Mount Mohini Bhen, right? That what he was really referring to is that she has both backgrounds, spiritually, of course, very much in tune with Baba, but also physically, that education, that university degree, that also helped to translate Baba's knowledge in a way that people can understand. So sometimes Baba appreciates that too. So Baba is saying, if you were literate, you would show wonders. Amongst the men, there are some who are educated. Nowadays, of course, we have a lot of, not only men, but sisters also, right? You Kumaris should glorify Baba's name so much. You Kumaris should glorify Baba's name so much. You previously established the kingdom according to Srimad. You changed from ordinary women into Lakshmi. Therefore, you should have so much intoxication. Here, people sacrifice their lives for a study worth a few pennies. I don't know about Colombia, but here in the United States, sending your children to college, to university is so costly, very expensive. So they start savings as soon as they get married. Even before having children, they start putting in savings account for educating their children. Right. So Baba is saying, and they work so hard. People sacrifice their lives for a study, and that is just worth a few pennies. Oh, but you are becoming beautiful. So why do you attach your hearts to ugly and impure ones? You mustn't attach your hearts to this graveyard. Your study is for that beautiful world, new world, pure world. You are claiming your inheritance from the Father. To attach your heart to the old world means to go to the depths of hell. The Father has come to remove you from hell. So why, in spite of that, do you turn your faces towards hell? This study of yours is so easy. And none of the rishis or munis know this. The great saints, scholars. Baba says, nobody knows this. No teacher or rishi or muni can explain this to you. The Father is also your teacher and your guru. Those gurus relate the scriptures. They shouldn't be called teachers. None of them say that they can relate the history and geography of the world. They only relate things from the scriptures. And that's why they seem very unreal, no? You don't really connect or come in, you cannot really identify with those stories or characters or, even sometimes philosophy. Like too much elevated, too high up there. So here Baba is saying he combines everything. It's very, very high spiritual knowledge, but at the same time, he combines it with how to use that knowledge in a practical way. And this is how that new kingdom, that new world, golden age is established. Right? So this is the real teacher, the real guru. they would only relate things from the scriptures. The Father explains to you the essence of the scriptures and also tells you the world history and geography. At that time, scriptures were necessary to kind of teach certain principles. And so, yes, okay, Baba would extract those principles and tell you concepts, but also he would combine it with world history, geography. Is this teacher good or is that teacher good? No matter how much you study with that teacher, how much would you be able to earn? And that also depends on your fortune. Who can guarantee a job in this day and age, right? Even if you do get a good job, but who can guarantee that you're going to hold that job for a long time? That your company is going to be okay for a long time? That you yourself are going to be okay? That everybody is going to be happy with you, right? So many things are involved in holding or putting your study to practice. So Baba says, and also that depends on your fortune. If while studying someone has an accident and dies, all of that studying would be finished. No matter how much or how little you study this study here, none of it will go to waste. Yes, if someone doesn't follow Srimad, but performs wrong actions or falls into the gutter, the things he studied do not finish because this study is for 21 birds. A little bit, at least, would remain, even if you have gone against many of the things that you have studied. Baba says you still wouldn't go waste. The Baba says, however, if he falls, there is a great deal of loss for cycle after cycle. Imagine what you could have been and what you are ending up with at the end of confluence age. This will be the worst repentance, I think, for Brahmins. Right? What I could have done with my life, what I could have become, and how I lost it or how I missed it. And now I'm just, able to go only this far. So Baba says it's not, Baba talks about punishment sometimes, at the end. But I don't think it will be other kind of punishment. The most punishment for Brahmins is, right, I knew so much, Baba gave me so much, and I did not use it. That will be the repentance. So Baba says, yes, of course, you will come there, it's lasts you, but at the same time, you would have also lost a lot, cycle after cycle. The Father says, children, don't dirty your faces. There are many who dirty their faces. They become dirty and then they come and sit here. They would never be able to digest this knowledge. They would have indigestion. Indigestion. How does that come? What are the symptoms of indigestion of knowledge? Obviously, in physical indigestion, we know, right? Your stomach starts to hurt and you feel nauseous. You start, your, whole inside is upside down. And here also, Baba says you have indigestion, you don't feel comfortable, you feel it is too much. Sometimes you get angry. Why is Baba saying that? I cannot do this. Loss of hope, loss of enthusiasm, all of those things. And sometimes even misinterpreting knowledge, using knowledge in the wrong way too, right? Saying that, okay, drama will make me make effort. That's okay. So Baba says there will be indigestion. They would be unable to tell anyone God speaks, lust is the greatest enemy and you have to conquer it. Even loss of confidence in yourself, right? If they haven't conquered it themselves, how can they tell others? Their conscience would bite them inside. They are called those who belong to the devilish community. While drinking nectar, they drink poison, and so they become 100% ugly, and every bone of theirs is crushed. The gathering of you mothers should be very good. Baba knew from the beginning, of course, in those days, mothers, but today also majority is mothers, sisters. Your gathering should be very good. Your aim and objective is in front of you. You know that there was the one deity religion in the kingdom of Lakshmi and Narayan. There was one kingdom, one language, 100% purity, peace, and prosperity. The Father is now establishing that one kingdom. No division. Even in India, for example, it's one country, but there are so many different languages, so many states, so many customs, and everyone is fighting for their own rights, So they don't have a national, there was a lot of fight to get Hindi as national language, right? And it says, all of this will not happen there. One kingdom, one language, 100% purity, peace, and prosperity. The Father is now establishing that one kingdom, and that is the aim and objective. All of us to belong together and as one establishment now. Baba says this is the aim and objective. 100% purity, peace, happiness, and prosperity are now being established. This is a very good thing to churn about, right? How in our day-to-day regular activities, at every step, we are still establishing that kingdom through our peaceful demeanor, through our cheerfulness, through our happy interactions, and even prosperity, our awareness of how rich we are at this time, really coming from that place of abundance. So 100% purity, peace, happiness, and prosperity are now being established. In other words, we are filling those sanskars now at this time. You show that Sri Krishna will come after destruction. Write this very clearly. The one golden aged kingdom of the deities of one language, purity, peace, and happiness is once again being established. The government wants this. They're trying so hard to bring everybody together. Baba says they would want to hear things like this. Heaven exists in the golden and silver ages, but people don't consider themselves to be residents of hell. You've moved so far away from those days. You can write, in the copper and iron ages, everyone is a resident of hell. You are now at the confluence age. Previously, you too were iron-aged residents of hell. You are now becoming residents of heaven. You are making Bharat into heaven by following Srimad. Right? We have not gotten there yet. Is there anyone who doesn't have any defects? Of course, we all do. But we are making effort to replace those defects with divine virtues, with weaknesses, with strengths, with powers. So you are making efforts. So Baba is saying there is a big difference. Previously, you too were iron-aged residents of hell. You are now becoming residents of heaven. And you are making Bharat into heaven by following Srimad. However, courage and unity are needed. Two qualities today, Baba underlining, for you to work together, courage and unity. When you go on a tour, show the picture of Lakshmi and Narayan. It is very good. On it write the original eternal deity religion and the kingdom of peace and happiness are being established according to the Srimad of Trimurti Shiv Baba. Have large pictures with big writing on them. Small children prefer small pictures. Small children, Baba is referring to as very immature. The more immature you are spiritually, Baba is saying you will get scared to put up big pictures. That's why he talked about courage, open heart, generous courage, just show the knowledge and the pictures. The bigger the pictures, the better. The picture of Lakshmi and Narayan is very good. You must simply write on that, the one Trimurti Shiv Baba, the truth, Trimurti Shiva, the true teacher, Trimurti Shiva, the true guru. On the top, on Lakshmi Narayan, there is Shiv Baba on the top. So you have to also write his praise. If you don't write the word Trimurti, they would wonder how, since God is incorporeal, he could be the teacher. They don't have knowledge. Trimurti, right? At least it makes them think, especially people from the bhakti background. They're used to Trimurti word. So Baba is always bringing in a little bit of element of bhakti that they are used to so that they can immediately relate. But you have to explain, of course. They don't have knowledge. Make pictures of Lakshmi and Narayan on tin and place them everywhere. Establishment is taking place. Tin material, even Baba is giving direction. The establishment is taking place. The Father has come to establish the one religion through Brahma, and he will destroy everything else. You children should always have this intoxication. One religion, one kingdom, Baba has come to establish. When some of you are unable to come to the same decision about a trivial matter, you very quickly get upset. Talking of unity, talking of oneness, following the one. Baba says, what is this? What happens now? You get upset when you don't agree with each other or you can't decide on the same thing. This happens all the time. All the time. I think since COVID, since we are in lockdown and since we have these restrictions and precautions and warnings and everything, we are noticing even more, how different we all are, right? Even though the rule says, the law says, do like this, but we have our own opinion, how much we want to do, how much we can do, how much is necessary, whether this is all real, somebody is behind this, somebody is creating all this. Right? So many different opinions, ideas. And so there is a lot of room for, diversity in that way. But Baba says, okay, everybody can think differently. They have the freedom to do that. But on a spiritual level, you're all together. Don't get upset. Happens all the time, Baba is saying. Some would be on one side, others on another side. Then the opinion of the side that has the majority is taken up, voting. We have to vote on so many things. Whether we put up the barrier, the plastic barrier here, somebody was putting it up and 2 or 3 people did not know that this was going to happen. And they said, how can you do that? We don't want it. So still, of course, as Brahmins, we get caught up into very, very little things. And so Baba says, majority people, you have to honor that. There is no need to get upset over that. However, some children sometimes sulk because their ideas are not accepted. But what is there to sulk about in that? The Father consoles everyone. All of us Baba has come to console everyone, really to put his hand on our head, on our cheek, and say, come children, you've gone through a lot, you're very tired, come, I will massage you. How he comes to console us. From so many other things, Baba is taking us out. And we get caught in these little things, right? Maya has made everyone sulk. Everyone is sulking with the Father. Since they don't even know the Father, why should they sulk? They don't know the Father who gave them the sovereignty of heaven. The Father says, I uplift you all, and you then defame me. Look at the condition of Bharat. Among you too, there are very few who remain intoxicated. I was thinking really about our relationship with Baba. My relationship as a soul with Baba. How much I'm accepting everything that Baba is giving, telling, how much I'm rejecting. Right? Baba is saying, don't do that. Baba has come to really give you the highest, position, but also highest pride. Among you too, there are very few who remain intoxicated. This is the intoxication of becoming Narayan. You mustn't say that you will become Ram or Sita. Your aim and objective is to change from an ordinary human into Narayan. How could you then become happy with just becoming Ram or Sita? You have to show that you have courage. For your individual effort, you need courage. To work with others, you need unity. Both of these are important for Baba's work. You mustn't attach your heart to the old world at all. Anyone who attaches his or her heart spiritually, it's not a good sign that I have preferences, I have special likings, I get attached to somebody, or I would prefer something to somebody else, Baba says, then they would die. There will then be great loss for birth after birth. You are to receive the happiness of heaven from Baba. And in that case, why should we still be in hell? The Father says, when you were in heaven, there were no other religions. Now, according to the drama, your religion doesn't exist. Your religion, your original deity religion. No one thinks of himself as belonging to the deity religion. What can be said if a human being doesn't know his own religion? Today, of course, people don't even believe in religion. Right? People don't have faith in religion. People shift from one religion to another religion to another religion. And they think it's a very good thing, that they don't get stuck in one religion. They are going from one to one to one. And they take out, of course, good things from everywhere. But it all shows that no religion has everything or that strength. And all of that is because they don't know this religion. Hinduism is not a religion. They don't even know who established it. So much is explained to you, children. The Father says, I, the death of all deaths, have now come to take everyone back home. Death of all deaths. Baba hasn't used this word in a long time, right? So much death that we are witnessing now, but all of this untimely death will end. And therefore, Baba says, I am the death of all deaths, and I have now come to take everyone back home. All of those who study well will become the masters of the world. Let's go home now. Let's go home now, Baba says. This place is not worth living in. Through devilish dictates being followed, a lot of rubbish is created. The Father would say this, would he not? You, people of Bharat, who were the masters of the world, are now stumbling around so much. Aren't you ashamed? There are some among you who understand this very well. It is number-wise, after all. Many children are still asleep. And what's the sign of that? That somebody is still sleeping? Their mercury of happiness doesn't rise. So the real sign of being awake, alert, Baba says, is that your happiness would be very high all the time. Baba is giving us the kingdom once again. The Father says, I uplift those sages, etc. They can neither grant salvation to themselves nor to others. The true Guru is only the one Satguru who comes at the confluence age to grant salvation to everyone. The Father says, I come at the confluence age of every cycle when I have to purify the whole world. People believe that because the Father is the Almighty Authority, there is nothing He cannot do. Oh, but Baba says, you impure ones, call out to me to come and make you pure, and therefore I come and purify everyone. Look at Baba's logic. I'm only doing what you told me to do. Right? You called out to me and you said, oh, purifier, come. And so I have come. I have come to purify. I have to prove that title of purifier. I have come and I purify everyone. What else would I do? There are many who have occult power, but my task is to change hell into heaven. And that is created every 5,000 years. Only you know this. The original eternal religion is that of the deities. All other religions come later. Aurobindo Ghosh started his ashram recently, right? 1926, one of the more recent cults. Now look how many ashrams of this there are. There is no question of becoming viceless. They will grow very fast, some of these newer organizations and cults, because they don't ask for purity. They believe that no one can remain pure while living at home in a family. The Father says, whilst living at home with your family, remain pure for just one birth. What is unique about the Brahma Kumaris? Many things, right? But this is one of the most important things. Baba gives us the aim of ultimate, utmost purity, and yet he says, you still have to live with people. You still have to be active in the society. You still have to maintain your connections, your responsibilities, all of that, but in a pure way. The Father says, while living at home with your family, remain pure for just one birth. And that includes all of us, even those who don't have or are living in center or surrendered life, so to speak. But this is big family, right? We still have to maintain that pure relationship with each other. You have been impure for birth after birth, and I have now come to purify you. Become pure for this last birth. There are no vices in the golden and silver ages. The pictures of Lakshmi and Narayan and the ladder are very good. It is written on them, there was one religion and one kingdom in the golden age. You need to explain in the right way. Right understanding, writing, and also explaining. Because one of the things that you will notice with Baba, and why he explains so much so that we understand the meaning of everything, because that's what gives us the feeling. Meaning is a lot connected with feeling. If you just keep doing something without knowing the meaning of what it means, it doesn't create the feeling. No? Experience is not there. So you need to explain in the right way. You must also teach and prepare the old mothers so that they too can explain at exhibitions. They should show this picture to everyone and tell them. It used to be their kingdom, but it no longer exists. The Father says, now remember me and you will become pure and go to the pure world. The pure world is now being established. It is so easy. When you old mothers sit and explain at the exhibitions, your name will then be glorified. The writing on the picture of Krishna is very good. You should tell them you must definitely read this writing. Not just be attracted by the picture and say, oh, it is beautiful, but read what it says. Only by reading this will you have the intoxication of becoming like Narayan and the masters of the world. The Father says, I am making you become like Lakshmi and Narayan. Therefore, you should also be merciful to others. You yourself have accepted this offer to become like that, the highest, and so you should be now merciful to others. Only when you benefit others can you bring benefit to yourself. Only when you benefit others can you bring benefit to yourself. Good statement. He can also say the other way, and many times he does say, only when you bring benefit to yourself, you benefit others. But today Baba is saying, only when you benefit others can you bring benefit to yourself. In other words, we're always thinking of serving others or making everything that is lokik into alokik, right? And when we make that effort, who do you think receives the reward of that, the benefit of that? Our own self, right? Teach the old mothers in this way and make them clever. I'm remembering that story that Sister Moini always shares, no? That when she was giving the lecture and, she was told that you have to, you will create good karma with all of them. They will start to look at you as a soul now, right? So you're getting blessings from everyone. You yourself are in soul consciousness. So much benefit. Teach the old mothers in this way and make them clever so that when Baba asks for 8 to 10 old women to come to explain at the exhibition, they instantly come running. So today's Baba is after old mothers. Who consider themselves old mothers? Put up your hand. I'm an old mother. We're all old mothers today, right? Right. So Baba is inspiring us so much. Those who do something will receive the return of it. When you see your aim and objective in front of you, you have great happiness. I will renounce this body and become a master of the world. You will be absolved of your sins according to how much you stay in remembrance. On the envelopes, it is printed, one religion, one deity kingdom, one language. Our stationery, it seems, had that before. And that will very soon be established. One religion, one kingdom, one language. And that will soon be established. Acha, every possible way to give the message, Baba tells us. Acha, meethe meethe, sikhilade, bachcho prati, मात पिता बाप दादा का याद प्यार. Good morning. Namaste, namaste, namaste. You want to say in your way of saying namaste to Baba? Namaste, Baba. Good morning, Baba. Thank you, Baba. Essence for Dharna. Never sulk among yourselves or with the Father. Getting upset, turning your face, not talking to someone. All of that is called sulking. Never sulk among yourselves or with the Father. The Father has come to console you, to actually plead with you, to kind of, how somebody gets upset and goes away, and the person who really loves that person goes after that person and pleads with the person, please come back, like that. So Baba is using that word, that he has come to console you, bring you back into the right track. Therefore, never get upset, never oppose the Father. Secondly, don't attach your heart to the old world or an old body. Don't attach your heart to the old world or an old body, whether it is your body, somebody else's body. Remain true to the true Father, the true teacher, and the Sat Guru. Remain true to the true Father, claim full inheritance from the Father, the true teacher. Keep this study in your awareness all the time. And to the Sat Guru, remembering your destination that the Sat Guru has shown. Constantly follow the Srimat of the One and be so conscious. Constantly follow Srimat of the One and be soul conscious. Blessings. May you be constantly powerful and know the value of your life with the awareness of being an original jewel. May you be constantly powerful and know the value of your life, so important, with the awareness of being an original jewel. We all know that as is our awareness, so also we feel the power. So to become powerful, today's method, Baba is saying, the awareness of being the original jewel. Just as Brahma is Adi Dev, in the same way, Brahma Kumars and Kumaris are original jewels. Adi Dev translates as original deity, original first creation of Baba. In the same way, Brahma Kumars, Kumaris are original jewels. Each child of Adi Dev is Master Adi Dev. Very nice title. What are we all today? Master Adi Dev. By considering yourself to be an original jewel, you will be able to know the value of your life. The most original creation of God, the first creation of God, Adi Dev, and you will be able to know the value of your life, because original jewels means jewels of God, Prabhu. And so you have become so valuable. So always consider yourself to be a master Adidev, the child of Adidev, an original jewel, as you perform every action. And you will receive the blessing of being powerful. Nothing can then go to waste. Nothing can then go to waste. And that includes thoughts, words, actions, money, time, all of those things. You will be able to use all of those in a powerful way if you have the right awareness. Slogan: a knowledgeable soul with discernment is able to save himself from being deceived. A knowledgeable soul with discernment is able to save himself from being deceived. Before being deceived, you're able to see that this is what might happen, this is what will happen, and so I don't want to do that. I don't want to be in this position or make that decision. So Baba says, knowledgeable means to have that kind of decision power, discernment, to save himself from being deceived, both physically and spiritually. Of course, spiritually first. Sometimes you don't know people, and you just think that, everyone is a Brahmin, so what, you don't pay that much attention and you get easily influenced. But we don't know that Brahmins also are not Brahmins all the time or in every aspect. Brahmins are also still going up the ladder and they still have their little weaknesses or reservations. And so sometimes we see good in others, but also along with the good, there is also some kind of defect or weakness that we get influenced by because we are influenced by that soul. So we can't discriminate what is good, what is bad. Or situations may come that we cannot say beforehand. Somebody is giving you a very nice stage, but they may have an ulterior motive. So you have to be able to discern that this is what happens when you are truly knowledgeable. You're able to apply knowledge at the right time in the right way. So the slogan is beautiful and the blessing is most beautiful. All of us are Master Adidevs, children of Adidev. Baba has handpicked us, out of the entire creation in order to create that new creation of Satyug. He has picked us out, so they are the original ones. Even you may say that, oh, I've just come to Gyan. I was not there in Brahma Baba's time. I have not even seen the Dadis much, or I have not interacted with Dadis much. Doesn't matter. Baba still has picked us. We are very close to both Shiv Baba and Brahma Baba Adidev because they are both right now still engaged in the task of establishment, and we are all giving our hand, giving our finger into same establishment. So Baba is calling us original jewel Adi Ratan. It's called Adi Ratan. When we talk about the ancestor souls, this is how we explain, or this is one of the words we use to describe they were original jewels. Or sometimes in your own country, those who came in the beginning, you will say, oh, they were original jewels. Marcelo Bai, Adi Ratan. We've created so many other Adi Ratans. So not just one Marcelo Bai, but also many, many others Adi Ratans today in Colombia. Right? So remember this, and Baba is saying that the right kind of power will come. The right kind of qualities will emerge. Just like Baba, he was always in the highest awareness. Why? Because Shiv Baba has chosen me. Right? Same thing with us too. So we are those original jewels. Very, very intoxicating point. Master Adidev. Right? Beautiful, beautiful Murli. And Baba is the true father, the true teacher, the true guide. But am I true to the same extent that Baba is true? Right? He's saying Baba has come with so much authenticity and so much love, so much generosity to really give us, to make us. And if I don't take, if I oppose, or if I get upset for little things, he's saying I'm not being true, right? To the true father, true teacher, true guru. So what is the big deal? He says, we will always have differences. Somebody will say something, somebody will say something, but no, you belong to that one. Om Shanti. Om Shanti. Om Shanti. I see Bogoto class, main center class. Yes.
Shanti. So thank you very much. And from
Thank
Lotus
you. Thank you
Bhavan,
for having me, the family, Brother Marcelo, for thinking of coming to Peace Village or inviting Peace Village to your Colombia. Very, very nice experience. I can just feel the bhavna across the Zoom. You know, this is your specialty, Colombian family, right? Very, very close and full of bhavna. Full of bhavna for Baba, Baba's family, Yagya, very close to Madhuban, very close to Mohini Didi. I know everybody is taking a lot of benefit also from the classes, either same time or later on. But it's really our fortune that we are able to meet like this and take so much from Baba. Thank
so
you.
much. And we have one for you. So Sister Yolanda from Lotus Bhavan in Bogota, she's going to give you something.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. And I will take it too. Can't hear.
Podes abrir el micro.
One moment, please.
Yes, yes, okay now. You're okay now.
Yeah. Entonces, Sister Kala, this flower is for you. Y this flower is of garden of this center. Do you remember this center when
Yeah.
you came
Yes,
with
yes,
the Daddy?
I remember. I remember. Yes, very nice. I remember. Small, cozy, but very, very beautiful.
Estuvo en Lotus Baba.
Yep, I remember. Thank you. Thank you for the beautiful flower that you're holding in your hand, but also the beautiful flower that you are in Baba's garden. You're sustaining Baba's work for so many years in such a beautiful way. Thank you. Thank you.
Yes. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Yoga for one song.
We remember Baba, 2 minutes.
Open the mics and also the cameras so you can see more faces and you can all.
That's nice, yes.
Om Shanti.
Om Shanti.
Para que todos pues saluden, pero tienes que repetir la traducción, Dora. Y todos van a saludarla y mostrar la cámara. Pero tienes que repetir porque no me escuchan.
बन जाओगे जैसा कर्म होगा वैसा फल पाओगे श्रेष्ठ कर्म का आधार है खुद का कर लो दर्शन यही जीवन का सार है यही जीवन का सार है जैसा सोचोगे तुम वैसा बन जाओगे जैसा कर्म होगा वैसा फल पाओगे हो शुभ संकल्प तो जीवन में फिर दुख कैसा, जब अंतर में शुभ भावना तो दिल में सुख सावन जैसा।
Om Shanti Kala Ben.
Thank you. Om Shanti.
Shanti, Kala Ben, Om
Gracias.
Shanti.
Muchas
Om
gracias.
Shanti,
Sister Kala.
Chao, chao, chao.
Have a nice day.
Buenos días. Buenos días.
sister.
Om Shanti.
Om Shanti.
Om Shanti.
Om Shanti.
Thank you, Baba.
Thank you.
Amparo. Om Shanti.
Om Shanti.
Om Shanti.
Shanti.
Om Shanti.
Thank you, Baba. I love you.
Thank you, Baba.
Bye. I love
Om
you.
Shanti.
Om Shanti.
See you soon, okay? See you soon, subtle region.
Shanti.
Thank you, Calvin.
Okay.
Rodri, ¿ya te vas?